in the finale, right? So again, dude, the one thing that made this fight, which made it so rough for us, is that, dude, the guy who wins, 100 grand, another 100 grand thing from Zions, a car. The guy who doesn't win, fucking 10 G's, something ridiculous. Dude, it was not balanced. It was not balanced, Chris Lytle. So if you look at the fight, it's so funny because you look at that fight and then you look at both of us after that fight. So let's talk about the fight itself and then we'll talk about the good things that happened after. Because the fight itself was an odd one to score. And the judges shown that where you hear one judge say 30-27 for you. You hear another judge say 30-27 for me. They're seeing it totally opposite.
I've never seen that before.
Dude, that's not a normal thing. So then the other judge gives another 30-27 for me. It literally could have went either way. We went out of there unscathed. We were trying, but we were trying to win, and we were both trying not to lose. Does that make sense?
That's what I always say. I said neither one of us. There was too much riding on it. Like you said, I wanted this money for my family. You wanted to have your wife not be able to work.
Yes.
There was too much ride on it. I don't think they should ever do a thing like that. I think it's wrong to do to somebody. But we were both fought to not lose. And to be honest with you, I thought it was not an entertaining fight. Like, and that's when even they talked about the rematch, I was like, it was a terrible fight. I don't want to do it again. You know, I love Matt. I'm not going to fight him again. That's why I told Joe at first. But anyway, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like early, my thought process going in was, I don't want to be on the ground with this guy. Like, I think if he takes me down, he's so good on the ground, it's gonna be a problem. So I want to keep it on my feet at all costs. And I think, you know, when you were very smart, and I remember you talking about this on the show, you know, put people in the cage, foot stuff, little things just to be controlling and winning that. Like when you would push me to the fence, I remember I was thinking, all right, he's not really landing anything. He's not getting the takedown. I'm landing some little. I'm like, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm doing like a 1. He's doing a 0. I think I'm close. Looking at it now, I think it's, if you were pushing me in the fence and controlling me, you are winning. So I have no problem with the judges. Now, I did at the time, but I'm really looking back. I would give it to you. At the time, I didn't think like that.
Yeah.
But I thought, like, that's why I like when sometimes we'll go to school, like with the bare knuckle, we'll go to some states and we'll do live scoring. So like in between each round, you know if you're winning or losing. I didn't know I was losing, so I was like, all right, cool, I'll just keep doing this. You just don't know, you know what I mean?
That's odd. You do that sometimes?
How did you feel during that fight? What did you think? Do you think I'm pushing him against the fence, I'm winning?
I felt I wasn't getting you down. I mean, the foot stomps, even one, they're annoying as shit, and it could maneuver your legs into me getting a takedown. And two, they're not bad optics. I even talked about that on the show, where it's not bad. Hey, we're both sitting up against there. I'm working the shit out of a leg or a foot, or at least you're hearing that bang, bang, bang. One guy's, you know what I mean? You're keeping me from getting you down, but it might look like I'm doing more. No, that's not. I was trying, man. You're not easy to get down. You know what I mean? I wish you were. I went for a few inside leg trips. So. But then you took me down. When you took me down, I threatened with an omoplata. Dude, it really is. But nobody's really getting to the next steps of their plan here. You know what I mean? Like you're keeping it up, but I'm not getting worked over. I'm looking to get, I wanted to try a couple of sit into leg lock things. You took it right away. So now I'm on my back. It is an odd fight. It was an odd fight.
Matt, when you do like the judges seminars or referees and all that, they go to the scoring criteria. It's like effective strikes, effective aggression, like they had to go to like the third or fourth thing on the list to decide that fight, which is rare. You know what I mean? Like
it was rough.
Look at who's control, octagon control. Well, people never go to that. It's usually the first couple criteria. They had to go deep to figure that out, in my opinion.
100%. And the one thing I'm really pissed about, and look, keeping you down is a problem. Submitting you is almost impossible. But just like you were talking about with Dean Thomas, I can't rush down there. Now, there was one point in this fight where I was doing a fake, and I'm happy at least I laid, listen, it didn't hurt you at all, but I did a fake a side kick to a back fist that kind of bounced off your head. And when that happened, you gritted your mouth teeth and you came at me and it let me get a takedown. I actually got a takedown off that. And I'm trying to methodically stand up. Now, dude, Chris, we rolled in the house. I know if I try to get past your guard, you're going to get up. So I'm trying to get my hand free. I'm trying to be technical. Fucking Herb Dean stands us up. Now look, dude, why am I complaining now? I'm just taking it only because I earned that takedown. You might have got up. You probably would have got up, but shit, man, that annoyed the shit out of me.
I was gonna hold you as tight as possible. Dean, come on, do your job. You know?
Man, but anyway. That's a fight that literally could have went either way, and I had no desire to ever fight you again because we were really close. Our families would go out to eat. Remember we had the Tavern on the Green with the family?
Yeah,
that was good.
Well, bro, I gotta tell you though, like looking back now, I'm so glad the way that fight turned out like that. It was the best thing that ever happened to both of us, in my opinion. But I love the fact how it turned out. I'm glad you won that fight. I really am. If anybody's gonna win, I was glad it was you, man. You just, I was so happy. Looking back, I'm glad you won that.
It was a bitter pill, even in victory, where I was happy, but I was sad for you. Even my wife knew. I was just like, man, this is great, but I was still not as joyous. You can even see after the victory. I'm like, it was weird. It was a weird one, but thank God for that one judge. I'm fucking around, Chris. I needed it. Holy shit. No, listen. So let's talk.
I was happy that you went out like that because especially you go out there and shock the world with that next fight. I just watched that the other day. It was on, and I remember when I was sitting down to watch that fight, I was with my boxing coach, and he was in my corner all the time. And within the first 30 seconds, he goes, he's going to catch him with the right hand. Because my guy could tell it was going to happen. He said, because he kept saying, you throw that right hand, just a little bit off. They're like, he's going to catch him. And boom, it happened. I was like, oh, my God, you were right. That was I was so happy when that happened.
Oh, man. But you know what? Let's talk about the aftermath of how that fight affected both of us. Not the St. Pierre fight, but after our fight. Because we were, ever since then, we were both like that. Where, I went on to lose the rematch with St. Pierre, but then I'm not upset with my fight with Matt Hughes. You know what I mean? And
I thought you won.
Thank you so much, buddy. But and I did get to knock him down. I was talking about that on Joe's show when Joe brings out my head hit him, and I'm telling him my head might have connected. You seen it? I felt it, and my right hand dropped him. But anyway, he's on hard times now, but he's doing better, I heard. But then I got to knock out Trigg, and it got me started. And then you went on a fucking tear. You were just getting fight night bonus. But I remember seeing you after that going, hey, Matt, I know that was a rough thing for us to go through, but like I'm happy now. Don't feel bad about it. Because I think you probably cashed your 5th check-in in a row, your fucking fight night checks, fight of the bonus, knockout of the night, submission of the night, fight of the night. Dude, you were just, fan favorite is a word that they would say now. Like, this dude, I gotta see this guy fight.
Well, man, like you said, after that fight, like it was probably a month. I was just like, I didn't even know if I want to fight anymore, man. I was like, man, you had you had the opportunity in your hand, you blew it, and then eventually I said, man, after about a month, I remember I was thinking, I sit there, and I'll wake up at like 2 a.m. sometimes, couldn't go back to bed. I remember at one point I said, you know what, Chris, like you owe your kids a couple $100,000. I don't care if you fight till you're 100, you're going to figure it out. And I started thinking, man, these bonuses, because I remember on that show, some of the people like that Scott Smith, he made more money with his bonuses than I made in all my fights. And I was like, man, he lost first round. I made it to the finals. But I remember he won the fight of the night and the knockout of the night. I said, all right, you got enough skill. You're going to start getting some of those bonuses. I remember being in the back of the locker room warming up and somebody get a good knockout. And I looked at my coach. I go, we going for submission of the night. Like I was legitimately trying to get bonuses. Like that was my goal. I was like, I'm going to come out here. I'm going to try and knock you out. And if you take me down, I'm going to try and submit you. And if I lose, I'd rather lose that way than do anything. I'm trying to take people out. And once I did that, my mindset changed because I said I've lost bigger fights, decisions. I don't care. As long as I come to fight, I'm not going to be unhappy with my performance. As long as I try and take you out, I don't care. And once I did that, I gained more fans. I don't want bonuses. So I learned something about myself. Like if I put my mindset to something, I'm going to do it. I'm going to accomplish it no matter what. And that's why I'm glad the fight turned out like that. Let's say the other judge gives it to me. I went and fought maybe I never get that mindset, Matt. Maybe I never know that I can accomplish it no matter what happens. But now I know it. Now I believe that in every part of my life now. So that's why I'm so glad you won that fight, because you went out there and shocked one of the great things in your life is went in the right direction. And I feel like mine has too. If it went the other way, I don't know if that's what happens, but it did happen like this. So that's why I'm so glad you won that fight.
Well, thank you, man. Well, you're glad the judges gave it to me. Close fight.